Okay. So this is very important. We're going to go through the visa process, right? So you're going to go, first of all, locate your local Spanish consulate, okay? We believe we have given you the right ones, which are going to be Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, and Wellington. You're applying for a student visa. That is not a volunteer visa. That is not a work or work placement visa. It's a student visa. If you look on the web pages of your consulate, okay, well, it will say something like consulate services, consular services. There's visas, and it comes down to student visa, and you will see that that says that is valid for students, for au pairs, for volunteers, to study higher or further education, and for language conversation assistance. Okay, the reason we're bringing you in on that program is that there has been, or there can be, a misinterpretation of volunteer, in the sense that volunteer can be used to describe people who are on international missions, refugee missions, in which case the clearance is very different, okay? And you might have to prove a lot more things, right? So you're not coming in on work and study, all right? You're not coming on the youth mobility, you're coming in on a student one. So first of all, you locate your Spanish consulate. Okay, these are the documents which are just copied once again from the web page. I think it was in Melbourne. Let's get rid of some of that. Here you go. So documents. Listen, if you are taking a visa for up to 6 months, whatever it says on your invitation and letter, if you decide you're going to go for a 6-month visa, right, which will be up until June, up until the end of June, okay, you got your passport plus a photocopy of the details page, all right? They say the biometric data, which is your details page, all right? The visa application form we're going to look at now. You've got to write it really clearly. All right, my good friend from New Zealand last year had awful handwriting, and actually his visa application was turned down because he didn't provide the documents for the financial means, not for any other reason. But it was appalling, okay? So you couldn't even, you know, things like your email address have to be written really, really neatly, okay? One passport size photograph must be glued, not stapled, to the visa application, top right-hand corner, okay, on quality photographic paper. All right, make sure it's a good one against a light background and it's just you, okay? It's a photograph, it's a passport photograph. Non-refundable visa fee, okay. Now it says here a money order. You are going to have to contact your local consulate and find out what it is. Yesterday it was $80 US, right? Yesterday it was $80 US, all right? Today it might be 82. I have no idea. You have to ask them, right? Letter of placement in the school. I have sent you letters of placement and I have sent you letters of support. You will need them both, except if you are from Moncada and a couple of places up in Tolosa. So I'm still waiting for that, okay? But you'll have that in a couple of days. And the guy is also coming into to Alboraya, the three of you, Jasper and company, okay? I was talking to the director tomorrow, all is well, okay? Returned ticket or confirmed booking, okay? Return ticket or confirmed booking, right? Copy of travel insurance policy. I've seen a couple of insurance policies. They would not be valid, okay? Right. I will talk about insurance in a moment. Okay, letter of support from NVW. I've sent you those. Proof of financial means, which is a big one, okay? That proof of financial means has got to be bank statement. Your bank statement, it should show the last 6 months or so to show that you have this money. And that money
Josh, how
is
much
there.
does it have to be again?
Sorry?
How much does it have to be again?
There has to be 600 euros a month, okay,
Okay.
for the time you intend to stay, okay? Right. So if you want to stay 6 months, you're asking a 6-month visa, that's going to be 3,600 euros. If it's going to be a year, then it's going to be 7,200 euros. If you don't have a bank account to your name with this amount of money, absolutely fine. Your parents write a letter. They must provide a copy of their bank statement and a certificate from the bank and a certificate from the bank, and you must too. So it's a certificate which is signed and sealed by the bank to accompany your statement to say that you have this money at your disposal, or they agree to put this money at your disposal. Okay, it's a little declaration to those to that extent. Okay, this is the only time, and we've only had 2 people turn down for this reason. One from South Africa, she simply did not have the money, okay, but she's working hard to see if she's going to come in September. And the second one was our friend Sam in New Zealand, just because he took the wrong papers in and got impatient and said, I'm going to jump on a plane with a student visa anyway. Okay, and then a prepaid envelope for the return of the documents. A prepaid envelope for the return of the documents. So maybe you want to speak to DHL or whoever it is, your provider there. Maybe you can buy an envelope. You put that into the envelope with all the documents so that can be sent back to you. I believe they offer this service. UPS, DHL, TNT, I don't know which companies are working where you are. Okay, now I've sent you this information previously. I sent it to you this week. Okay, now if you are asking for a visa for more than 6 months, you need the international medical certificate and the police record check. Okay, those are the only differences. And the international medical certificate must say that you are free of any of the internationally contagious diseases, and that you are fit to travel overseas to do a volunteer placement. Okay, so that will be fine. And then your police record check. Okay, fine. Obviously, 2 things here. You can't apply for your visa until you're 18. Okay, and you cannot apply for the visa if you do not have a valid passport. You have to wait. You have to wait. We will wait for you. Okay, there is no problem here. If you cannot get here on the 12th of January, we will wait for you. All right. There's only one date. There's 2 dates, 21st to 28th of January, when I am on vacation. I will not be here in Spain and I can't pick you up. All right. I can organize your transfer wherever you arrive to your destination. That's not a problem. Okay. So, for whatever reason it is, if you're sick or whatever, there's not, it's not, nobody's going to say, no, you can't come. No, you can't come. Okay. So just be comforted by that. We've had people arrive late. We've had one person arrive 5 months late, from Sri Lanka, our friend Jessit. So, it wasn't a problem, but, we don't anticipate that. Right. Application form. Please talk through and take notes. That message to myself. This is not usually done in person. Used to be that you had to take it in. Now they want it by post. Okay. And the consulate will provide the address to send. As I say, the current fees are approximately this, 80 euros. So let's look at the form. I've sent you the form. Luckily, we have the version in English and the version in Spanish, and this is the English version. Okay, this application form is free. Well, that's nice. Okay, good. So number one, apellidos, surnames, exactly as in your passport. Names, exactly as in your passport. I know a lot of you guys have got, you know, 2 or 3 names. You know, I'm Joshua Charles Goldblatt. All right, so those are my 2 names. Now everybody in Spain calls me Joshua Charles. Nobody has ever called me that before, you know. And if I look at, you know, I don't know, William Southey, I think, William, you've got a couple of middle names, haven't you? At least one.
Yeah, no, I do.
You
I
do.
do.
So you have to quote them all.
Yeah.
Okay? So all of them have to go on there, right? So, right. The Spanish are really like strict about this, okay? Really strict. Okay. Then we've got date of birth, place of birth, country of birth, other nationalities you have held, okay? Sex, marital status, menores de edad. That means underage. No. You don't have an ID number. No. Okay. Type of document, you'll be coming on an ordinary passport. And then you need all the information, okay, with your personal details, where you're living, okay. Sorry, where you're living, right. Are you resident in a country other than your normal country of residence? No, right. Occupation, student. What are you coming for? You are coming on a study visa. You are coming on a study visa, not internship, not accreditation, not residencia y trabajo. So it's not coming to work. All right. Your initial date of entry in Spain, sorry, which would be the 12th of January. You want multiple entries, meaning that if you decided to come and go, you know, and spend a week in, or spend a weekend in London, or a trip to Morocco, or outside of the European Union, you'll be able to come and go, right? The address, you put the same address as the school, the exact address as it is put in there, okay? You do not have 25, 20, or 20, 24, 25, 26, okay? You do not fill in any of this. 28, okay? The details of the school, okay? The address, the telephone number, the email address, okay? The expected date, which is going to be the 15th of January. If yours is different, like Miranda, then it's different. Absolutely fine. And then the date when you intend to end. Okay. Right. This again, this is all for underage students and so on. So nothing there. All right. And then you sign it and you write there, you know, your name and so on. Okay. Right. Your parents do not have to sign this at any stage. Okay. As you're 18, you are now an adult, or if you're 19 or 20, then fine. Absolutely. So I will send this to you right now. Okay. The annotated version. I'll send that through the chat window. Okay. So you've got that as well, if you need it. Okay. Translations, you need to look. It seems to be the only documents they are asking for translations for are the medical certificate, the police certificate, and the financial details certificate. Right, here's a tip for you. In all these certificates, you make sure that you have got the shortest version possible, right? So what I mean to say is, with your financial statements, don't bring 8 pages, because if they need to be translated, then you're going to have to, they charge you by the page. So it might be $250, $300. Okay. If it's, you know, a 1-page summary from the bank, you know, with a part with your statement, and then it's signed, and that's fine, then they will just charge you for one page. As I understand it, it's something like $50 a page plus tax, something like this, or it might be less. The agency whose details I sent you, the one which is in Australia, they said to do it in the 6 hours to 3 days. 6 hours to 3 days. So pretty good. Okay. You need to inquire. If you need this sworn translator, you can inquire at the consulate or you can look online. Right. Tip. The Spanish have this figure called the sworn translator, who are almost like lawyers. So if you want something like that done in Spain, it can be extremely expensive and they can be extremely fussy. So try to do it locally, please. As I said, the firm I sent you in Sydney seemed to be very, very fast. Okay. In fact, they were recommended by somebody who used them to get their nationalisation to live in Australia, and then had to use the same firm to get their documents of when they were in Australia translated back to Spanish to come back and live here. Okay. Also ask about legalizing documents. Okay, this is a system whereby documents can be given a legal seal either by a notary or by a lawyer, right? But that is different in each country, and each consulate, I must tell you, seems to have a slightly different policy on what they mean by legalizing the documents. And again, the legalized documents would be the financial details, the health certificate, and the police certificate. Those are documents which are not in Spanish. Okay. The rest of the documents, for this reason, I have sent you the support documents and the invitation documents in Spanish. Right. Right. Basically, what will happen, all right, there's no, first of all, no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. You have to do it by the book. And the people at the consulates can be nice, and others can be really, really like obstructive. You know, but you have the right to hold this visa. You're coming on a bona fide program. These are all schools which are recognized. We're not sending you to some private, you know, sort of language school or prep school, which is not actually recognized. Every school we use is recognized by the Spanish government, by a regional education authority. It's completely legal. There's no reason they should deny you a visa. And if they do deny you a visa, it will be admin. It will be this paper is not correctly presented, in which case you get on it and do it right and send in the right paper. Okay. This is a big part of your learning curve, as it were. Learning the international documents and applications. All right. And this is going to be with you for the rest of your life. Hopefully it's going to get easier with sort of electronic ID checks and so on. Okay. So first of all, establish contact with the consulate. Take a note of the name. If you speak to somebody, ask them, you know, who am I speaking to? Oh, Natalia. All right, make a note. Next time you call, ask for Natalia, right? Or you tell them, what do you mean you're asking for a new copy of my passport? Natalia told me I didn't need one, right? So they'll stop arguing with you. They'll go and look for Natalia, and Natalia will probably say, yeah, that's right, I did say that. Okay, because Natalia's the nice one. Okay. Ask for advice. They know and they will give you advice. Right? Be polite. All right? Don't demand anything. Ask. Right? Yeah, ask as a favor. Explain. I'm going as a volunteer, you know? I've been working up to this. What do I need to do? We will wait for you. And I say that again, we will wait all the time you need to get your visa. Miranda's coming at the end of January, so no problem. If anybody else, and if somebody whose passport has run out, can't recall exactly who, you know, you won't have your passport to begin now. So you might as well wait a couple of weeks more, you know, we'll set you up to come with Miranda. Okay, so normally they're really fast, but as I say, there's no shortcuts. You have to do it by the book. If you decide, as I know, you know, you're coming for 3 months, 4 months. All right, you can come on a tourist visa. All right. After 3 months are up, we will go through the motions to ask for a visa extension. That means it's the same paperwork, but we do it this end. Okay. So you need to get all those papers together, or you will need to get them all together. We will do it for you here. It's a day. That means you have to have a day off school. There's no problem. I will go with you, or somebody else will go with you to apply for the extension. You know, you can probably stay up to 5 months on that basis, because they don't make a decision before 2 months. All right. So you've got 5 months there, and they say, yes, okay, fine. And they say, no, well, you've been there for 5 months, you know, which is basically until mid-June. And then you could probably go and quite happily. Okay. The other possibility, de facto 2 month processing time is what I mean. So even if you come in on a 3 month tourist visa, you come in, you stay, we put in your application the second half of the last month, and it's going to take 2 months for them to give a decision, yes or no. That's what I mean to say. And during that processing time, you are free to be here. However, your 90 days in the Schengen area are up. So in that 2 extra months, let's say, you would not be able to travel outside of the Schengen area. Right? It's important. Right, Schengen area, which are the European countries, with the exception of UK, obviously, because it's Brexit, Ireland, Romania. I would give you advice anyway, which are the kind of strict countries at the moment. You know, you don't have any border controls at all within the EU. Going to Portugal, France, Italy, but depending on the international situation, any of the countries can impose border controls where they bring out, you know, people to look at your passport if you're coming in and out. All right. Another possibility, if you're looking for, you know, for the 9 month or the 12 month possibility of staying, is that you could do 3 months in Spain. You could leave for 3 months, go to the UK and come back for another 3 months. That would be completely legal. Would you find things to do in the UK for 3 months? You definitely would. Okay, you definitely would. In fact, Sam did this, worked quite well. He got here in April. He left in July. Worked in the UK for a couple of months, did a bit of traveling, came back to Spain. Okay, he's currently in Italy. Good for him. But you will still need insurance. Okay, you will still need insurance. Right. So, as we get the rest of our papers together, which will be with you, some of them today and some of them further on, please let me know. Okay, let me just show you something. Let me just show you something else. When I was talking about insurance, okay, look, this company, I don't recommend this company. It is simply that this company came to me and said, we can offer the insurance which people need when they're coming in on this kind of student visa. So if you're coming in on this kind of student visa, your insurance policy must state that you are covered from the very first cent and from day one, and that you are covered under the conditions or similar equivalent conditions to the Spanish National Health Service for Spanish people. Okay, so if we come down here and it says, okay, when do I want this to begin? That the first month, which is obviously January. I'm looking for a visa. I'm going to apply in Wellington or whatever you're going to apply. When's it going to begin? Okay, are you a student? Yes. And in this case, look, we're looking at a health insurance policy, which is for 6 months, and the cost is €230.82. Okay. What's important here? This company has got private hospital centers throughout Spain. Okay. This is important. The waiting period. That is important. Sin carencias means there's no franchise. Sorry, there's no waiting period. Okay. It means that you can get medical attention from day one. Right? Sin copagos means you do not have any kind of deductible. So you do not have to pay anything, right, apart from your your medicines. Right? So this is very important. And before you travel, I think I would like to see your insurance policies. Okay? There are other companies who will do similar things. I've looked. Others will say, no, it's a minimum of 1 year. Others, just say we don't have that kind of thing. So this is the actual health insurance policy you need. You are free to contract your travel insurance. So it's a great idea about accidents or losing your baggage, or if you got a flight delay, absolutely fine to do that. Okay. But we really want this, the travel insurance. I've sent you the link to this. If you need it, we can meet again. That would be Wednesday morning, and we can go through the process of contracting this insurance. But I have been guaranteed that this will be acceptable to the consulates when you're applying for your visa. Okay. Right. So that, again, that's very important. That's very important, the kind of visas, the kind of insurance which we are requesting. Okay. Right. Your questions, please. Your questions, please.
I had a couple of questions, Josh.
Yep.
The first one was, I remember a while ago you said that we wouldn't need return tickets, return flights for the visa.
Yeah.
But you said something on the list there for applying for the visa about a return ticket or confirmed booking.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at that again. Okay. Let's have a look. Exteriores. You're Wellington, aren't you?
Yes, I will be. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what it says.
Did you hear back? Did they say that I'd have to go to Wellington, or was Christchurch that was not an option? Was it?
Absolutely, it's Wellington, unfortunately. But you don't have to go, you can send it in, okay?
Oh, really?
You don't have to go in person unless let's look at yours right now. Sorry. Okay, so this is the page where you can consult with. I sent you the link earlier. We're going to come down here to New Zealand. And it says Wellington. So that's the only place you can really do this kind of stuff, right? So
ready up.
Opening, it's a bit slow today. There's going to be consular services. It's always talking about voting. All right, what we want here is visas. And then we want a visa, a student visa. Okay. We might say, hey, look, where you can present your application. And then you go, okay, where to give in your, where to present your application, and it talks about voting. All right, so obviously that's no good, is it? Let's go down again, visa services, which is a national visa, which is a student visa. And again, okay. Documents, okay. Okay. Now, let's look down here. This is in Spanish. There is an English version. I'm sorry, but I haven't found it. But we're talking about, okay. Right. Number 1, which is the form. Number 2, the photograph. Number 3, the passport. Number 4, the documents to show that you are part of this program. Number 5, economic, financial means. Number 6, insurance. Number 7, when the stay is above 180 days, so more than 6 months, that's the police certificate. That's the medical certificate. That's the proof of identity and residence, so that you live, you know, in New Zealand, right? And then that's it. So here, and I've got to say this, it says here, there is no need for a ticket, okay? That's what it says on Wellington's page.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Right. I know when Sam came, other people came. They have never asked for a return ticket, because after you've done this and you get your visa, you know, in the first month we have to do the whole thing over again, right, in Spain with the police. I will be with you. You don't have to get any new documents. Just bring copies of what you've already done.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you. I can have a look at it myself later on, but it didn't say anywhere about me, sorry, having to fly to Wellington, did it? Or were you saying I could send it all in by post or whatever?
Absolutely not. I think all you have to do is okay, get in touch with the embassy at Wellington, with the consulate office, and ask them. Okay, everybody else wants things to be done. Everybody wants things to be done by post now. Okay, I'm going to look at again where you have to do it, and it says, okay, it doesn't say anything there. Okay.
All good.
Okay, good. Right.
My other question was, it was saying about if you're staying, doing the visa for more than 6 months, you need a international medical certificate. Is it any different just from like your standard medical certificate check that you get when you go to the doctors, or is that something else you got to apply for?
No, absolutely not. And in fact, look, if we look at the consulate in Melbourne, just so we've got an idea, some of our consulate services, when we'd like to get a visa, okay, a study visa, you see, and sometimes it's in English, sometimes it's in Spanish. Medical certificate, it's saying, okay, applicants require accrediting they do not suffer from any disease that could cause serious repercussions for health pursuant to the 2005 International Health Regulations.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
All right. So it basically it's just the wording, you know, and in a normal circumstance. Hello, Miranda. Morning. Okay.
Hello. Sorry, I
No,
calculated the time difference wrong.
Don't worry, we'll be doing this again at least once, this whole thing. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, anyway, I'm sorry. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you all, of course. So this is a question, as it's so many things with the health certificate, it's a question of the wording. Okay. So if you said, you know, most times I would just be happy to take a medical certificate that says this person is healthy and suitable to travel as a volunteer to Spain, or to undertake an international volunteer placement, or has no outstanding health programs. It depends on the person who's looking at your form. Honestly, if you've got nice Natalia, you know, she'll say, oh yeah, I understand, that says all the things it needs to say. And then you got, you know, nasty Nicolas, who looks at it and says, oh no, well, it does not say that this person does not have any disease that could cause serious repercussions for public health pursuant to the 2005 International Health Regulations. So in that case, if you have a good working relationship with your doctor and you are able to get one which says exactly this, then do so. If this is going to be difficult for you, then, you know, hold off. All right. They'll let you know very, very quickly via email if they need the other one.
Perfect. Thank you. My last question was, sorry, when we get to Madrid, you're saying there's something about you pick us up or something, or were you saying about we'd stay at a hostel, the group of us, for a couple of days or something, or do we need to sort out our own?
That's right. And the cost of that would be something like about 120 euros, okay, which would be 2 nights, breakfast, couple of meals, and so on, okay? We're literally just going to look at that price and divide it amongst you all, okay? It's a lovely hostel, actually, right in the center of town. A lot of fun. I'll get you a private kind of 12-bedroom or 2 6-bedrooms, so you can just chill out and rest. You know, it's got a roof terrace, a games room, all sorts of stuff. It's really cool.
Okay,
Right?
sweet.
What I'll do
So that'll all be sorted for us, and then we just pay you guys. Is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. And I will be there or thereabouts in case you need me. As I say, just be resting the first day, and then the second day we'll have a look round and yeah, we'll do something in Madrid.
Perfect. And is that the same with like airport pickup, or do we need to sort that?
Yeah, I'll be with you. We'll get a couple of Ubers into town or something like that, you know. It all depends on your arrival, and if everybody arrives on the same flight and there's 12 people, I'll get a little minibus, you know. And if not, as I say, we'll just call sort of 12, you know, 3 or 4 Ubers. See, I know you're going to have cases and stuff. So, yeah, not a problem. So when you arrive, 12, 13, 14, I'll be there. Okay? Or
Sweet. Thank you very much.
Sorry?
I was just saying thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. No, and yeah, you whatever day you arrive, unless you arrive sort of Wednesday, the 2nd of February, and you know, I literally can't get there, then you will get a photo. Somebody will pick you up in Madrid and take you to a train or the bus you need to get to your final destination.
Perfect.
Okay. So for you guys who are going to the Basque Country, the pickup point is normally Vitoria, which is about a 4-hour train ride. Okay. No, for about 3, 2.5, 3. For you guys who are going to Castilla and Leon, that's Salamanca, Avila, Valladolid, Leon, Zamora, you guys will be picked up in Valladolid. Okay. And that's 55 minutes high-speed train. Okay. You guys, Valencia, yeah, and they're like funny, the Valencianos, okay? The Valencianos bring the whole family to the station with, you know, the balloons and the kids and, you know, a couple of oranges, you know, orange season started this month, and they'll be down to pick you up at the station. Again, about 90 minutes from Madrid, high-speed train. Okay. Any more questions? Okay, there's a chat question. Jasper and Oliver want to stay at the end. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. Yeah, Will wants to stay at the end too. That's fine. Okay. I'll kind of turn off Will while I'm talking. Well, first I'll talk to Ollie and Oliver and Jasper. Right. So let's put it this way. You are doing this process as adults, and getting a visa is never easy because some countries have some kind of resistance. Okay. Not only countries, you know, as I say, you are low risk countries. Imagine what it was like for our guys in Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe, South Africa getting visas. That was difficult. That was difficult. Okay. But for everybody else, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, it's not been difficult at all. Our organization has had visas issued, you know, in our name before. And when you get here, I don't know how they do it, but when we look at the visa, you know, when the police here have already got our name registered as the organization who are looking after you here. So that should not be a problem. However, we've got our nasty Nicolas and our nice Natalia, the people who are working in the embassies and consulates, and they just might be people who, you know, say, well, it's not my job to interpret anything. I want it to be explicit, like with everything which is written. Okay. Miranda, well, that's fine. The only thing is, you need to look at number 10, the proof of the representative's identity and capacity. Okay. Now, this is more complex because it's asking here, you'll have to contact your consulate, because here it is saying that the originals of these passports of your parents must be shown when submitting the application. Okay. So, and you have to fill in your form, you know, specifying where it says that he is doing it on your behalf. So it's just filling in the form a little bit differently.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay. You also need the authorization. Okay. So you have to ask the consular, what is that process? Do you have a specific form? Right. Good. And there it says, as we say, you know, right, the visa fee is equivalent to 80 euros. This is great. This is Melbourne speaking, right? The visa fee is the equivalent to 80 euros. But for nationals of Australia, different rates are applied for reasons of reciprocity, which is a bit odd, isn't it? You know, so if they can tell us the exact fee in these other countries, but they can't tell us what it is in Australia, well, there we go. It's probably nasty Nicholas who was writing this version in English, okay? So just be mindful, please. Be mindful that, you know, you are working with people and people are kind of unpredictable sometimes, okay?
I know that in a past meeting you said you listed a place that would notarize and translate. Would you be able to send me like a link or contact information for them, please?
Okay,
I
I
can't
think
remember
I
if
did
you
in
have
the
or not.
last one, but I will certainly send that. I'm just going to make a note, okay,
Thank
to
you.
send that the translators. Okay. In a moment. Okay. I'll send that to you all via email and via WhatsApp. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Is that clear to everybody? So you'll be getting your, you know, just make sure if you want to send me copies of your insurance, send it to me via WhatsApp. I will say immediately, yeah, this is good. Okay. If you want to send me copies of the financial statements, I feel embarrassed. I don't really want to know your financial situation. Send it to me if you want. Okay. Okay. Rightio. So, yeah, anything else? What was the name of the medical insurance again? Here we go. I will send you the link to the insurance again, okay? Because this was through an insurance broker in Spain. And as I say, we can do a webinar. We can do a Zoom next Wednesday to explain exactly how to get that. It's online. You pay by credit card, and they issue the certificate immediately. Okay. The company was called Sigma. Okay, so the actual insurance company is called Sigma. I don't know if this is available online in other places. You can have a look to see if Sigma Insurance and maybe if you contract it locally, but it was 230 euros for 6 months. Okay. I don't like Sigma is the worldwide organization, and the link I was sending you was a local link. So Sigma seems to be the cheapest version, seems to be. Okay. Right. Anything else? All right. Good. Okay. Well, I will ask you to leave apart from Jasper and Oliver and Will. Okay. Unless you've got any questions. Miranda, you're going to be a beautiful placement with, I'm not kidding you. With the most caring, wonderful tutor. Her name is Marta. She's absolutely fantastic. Okay. Absolutely fantastic. Right. You're gonna, love her. And Nile, who's kind of in the next or neighboring school, it's kind of group of small schools. Absolutely fantastic, really friendly. So you're gonna have a great time there. Okay, right.
That
Oliver
sounds
is
great.
sending us a couple of things. Okay, right. Just really lovely people. Okay. All right, then. So if you want, we can meet next Wednesday to have a kind of bit of a catch up and go through the insurance and so on. And maybe you can tell me if any of you find something which says like Sigma International Health Insurance. I'm just typing it in, insurance for students. Let me see. There we go. Cigna. All right, they're calling it Cigna. All right, which is slightly different. International Health Insurance. Here it says Cigna. And, oh, there we go. Cigna, actually. So here they were calling it Sigma. They're looking at Cigna. All right. And there is a web page. Have a look. Okay, this is part of your homework then. Have a look. See what it says. See what it says. International health coverage abroad. Okay. You just have to make sure that you are taking out insurance, which is from 01. And as it says, actually, let me show you this. This is interesting. This is for a student visa, and this is what you need for a student visa. So if we go through here and we say, okay, my name is, there we go. My name is Steve Smith. I play for Australia, and my email address is josh@bkstreet.com. And I was born, let's imagine, on the 1st of, the 1st of April, 2000, which makes me 22, 23. My telephone number is going to be UK, and my number is 7852 613 589. Okay, nationality, let's imagine I'm Australian and I want to go to Spain. Just for myself. Okay, I want to see my price. Please enter your date of birth. Like I said, 13th of March 2000. Right? Good. See my price. We don't want any deductible, 0 deductible. Okay, and we're going to have the price in euros, payment period. 71 a month. So that's not a good deal, right? That is not a good deal. Okay, because ours was like 230 for 6 months. Therefore, this Sigma going direct is not a good deal, right? So do it through our broker, and we'll go over that on Wednesday. Okay. Good. Any more questions?
Josh, I would be interested in this thing on Wednesday, but I've got work, so I probably won't be able to be there for that call. Or is it going to be in the evening again?
Yeah, it'll be about the same time. Don't worry, I will record it and you can just see it on the channel. I'll send you a link. It's literally only going to be about the insurance thing, you know?
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I will send you the link anyway to the insurance company.
Thank
Right,
you.
which was actually in the email I sent you earlier. Right. Good. Rightio. Okay, so the rest of you, please leave now. Please leave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Josh.
Okay, tell me how you get on.